Let's get the senior Rotax drivers out on the grid now. A round of applause, please, for our Grand Prix finalists in senior Rotax. Let's give them some support. Starting from pole position is going to be Matthew Higgins, the number 4. Started on the front row in the pre-final as well. And as you can see, alongside already has the GP plate on his car, Kai Hunter. Can he hold on to it? Let's go in and speak to Matt Higgins ahead of this one. This is where you want to be. Clear road ahead of you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be a tough race, isn't it? Lots of drivers in this one that could go and take the win. Dealing with that pressure from behind, I'm sure you're going to be calling on a lot of experience, which helped you get that number 4 plate.
Yeah, 100%. Got the best team around me. I mean, proven it. Look at the front row. So, yeah, just see what we can do. And
tell us about some of the work that's gone in with the team at Dan Holland Racing to get this performance locking out front row in senior Rotax. That's quite fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty relentless in the dyno room. I mean, workshop boys do a mega job to keep everything in top nick, and yeah, we push each other to the limit.
And you push very, very hard out there as well. Good luck to Matthew Higgins. Let's come round to Kai Hunter. I'll see if I can quickly chat to him before he puts his crash helmet on. Well, you've got it on your kart. It's now a case of, can you keep it?
Yeah, I think I've got as good a chance of anyone. I'm ready for it, and yeah, I think if the scrap begins, I'm there and ready. So yeah, I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, Kartmasters, it's a unique challenge, isn't it? It's taking those chances when they come, and having had the experience to win, I guess that's going to be a huge advantage for you.
Yeah, I think every year is different, so I think you just got to be on your toes, and yeah, it's not won in the first lap as well. So let's hope we can get through the race, get through the first few corners, and let's crack on.
Well said. Good luck to Kai Hunter. We've got a few minutes, so let's go and speak to someone I spoke to earlier after he won the GP plate for the first time in Senior X30. Gus, have you recovered now from that one? I'm sure the adrenaline was pumping, but now it's reset. Not an easy challenge, is it at all, to reset and now go again?
Yeah, I've had a quick drink and then just got to retune the brain to drive this one round because it's slightly different. So yeah, see how we get on.
There's quite a few people doing this, and I think it's 17 overall. Tell us, as a driver, how you have to reset and what's the biggest differences in swapping over?
Yeah, so the tyres are different, so it handles differently, and the throttle response is totally different compared to the X30, so you've got to feed it in gentle. It's just different. Yeah. It's just when you jump straight back in it, it takes the first lap to get your head back in gear, I think.
That 4 days of preparation definitely helps with that.
Definitely, of course, yeah, definitely.
Well, best of luck to Gus Lawrence, PF International racer. And now I want to go and speak to George Holbrook, if I can, because he was a big mover. We've got, as you can see there, James Lowther alongside Guy Cunnington here, up 2 places in the pre-final. Jamie Perilli up 4, but let's go and find George Holbrook. He appears to be missing. I think that's him there. Let's go and have a little chat. Came through 16 places gained in the pre-final. Did a lot of overtaking. Going to have to do a little bit more to go and take the win, but that must have been good preparation, that pre-final.
Yeah, no, it was good. Came from 27th, obviously. So we're really quick. We actually had a problem just then. Starter motor weren't going. So we just changed the engine with the help of a few of these lads on the grid. 6-minute engine change. So. Yeah, so these lot, because else we wouldn't be on this grid else.
So a bit of support coming in there, that's what we like to see. But everything all running okay now?
Well, yeah, it should be. We'll see. But I feel quick, so it should be good.
You're very, very quick in the pre-final. Let's go and see if we can find how long do I have? Okay, yeah, we've got time for this. Let's go down to row 10. We got a couple drivers who came through the repechage. Jack Stedman here and Sam Longley. I will speak to Jack Stedman. Came through the repechage, so this can be a third race of the day. Not ideally what you would have wanted, but I think we can now move forward and get it in the top 10.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We did it a couple of years ago, came up to 5th. 2 years ago at the Kartmasters, then we can do it again. Just a bit tough to go, but we'll do it. Give it a go.
Well, best of luck to you. Maybe one eye should be kept on those guys. Likewise, Lucas Ellingham as well. I know he injured his ribs. I don't know if he's out there or not, but he lost 31 places because of that. Hopefully he is able to get out there. But of course, leading the way out front, we spoke to them both. Matthew Higgins, Kai Hunter. Can he hold on to that GP plate? Can we see someone do the double as well in Gus Lawrence? I'm going to hand over to commentary now to take you through the grid and the race. Over to you guys.
Senior Rotax Your starting lineup: pole position, Matthew Higgins, Kai Hunter, his teammate on the outside of row number 1. Gus Lawrence going for the double, starting third alongside James Lowther. Guy Cunnington and Jamie Perilli start on row number 3. Row 4 sees Lewis Gilbert and Teddy Pritchard-Williams, followed by Austin Lee and Tom Adams. George Holbrook and Jack Lilly are on row 6. Morgan Porter, Kai Rillarts from Belgium, Josh Price, Leon Henderson, Jude Fernihau and Neo Clark are next up. Jack Stedman, Sam Longley, George Donald, Ben Folland, Bradley Barrett and Oakley Pryor on the 12th row. Then it's Miles Barthorpe and Enzo Dickenberg from the Netherlands, Sam Light and Pearson Bullock Carter on row 14, Lockie Robinson and Leo Brown on row 15. Then it's Will Ellsworth, Tristan Rennie and All Craft Motorsport row 16, James Lingard, Harry Linden, Ollie Goodyear and Lucas Ellingham, although we are missing Ellsworth, Linden and Ellingham. Badly damaged kart for Harry Linden. I would say that Will Ellsworth's chassis probably took a knock and could not be repaired. Lucas Ellingham, injured ribs. Gus Lawrence going for the double. Anthony Jordan will bring them to the start.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, indeed. Can he do it? Gus Lawrence with the double. Can Kai Hunter defend that GP plate? Or is Matthew Higgins going to pit both of them to the line and take it himself? Lights go out and away they go. Down and towards turn number 1. Great start from both the front rows. But through goes Gus Lawrence and Higgins to the lead, and Gus Lawrence immediately to the lead. He's wasting no time whatsoever, and he wants to break away from the rest of the field, and he gets into the lead of this race. And Guy Cunnington from 5th place is up into P2.
Absolutely sensational stuff from Gus Lawrence and from Guy Cunnington. Like I said, Lawrence, he said he had to reprogram the brain to drive these kind of karts, how to drink, but that's all he's done between the last race. But the muscle memory is still there. And again, you're bursting with confidence. You feel invincible. You've just won a GP plate, something that you have always wanted to do in your lengthy career. And now, half an hour later, you've got a chance to win 2 and become only the 3rd driver after Noel Wolf and Ben Barnacote to win 2 GP plates in a day. Look at this, Anthony. We've got this race and the junior race to go. 2 potential doubles, daily doubles in these next 2 races.
Yeah, exactly that. That would be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? But we've still got to wait a while, Henry, until we can get confirmation of who is going to take the win on this one, because Guy Cunnington in that number 3 is sniffing all over that rear bumper, and so is Matthew Higgins as the 2 of them nearly collide going in towards hairpin 1, and Higgins gets the move and moves up into P2. That allows Gus Lawrence just that little bit more of breathing space, as now the GP plate of Kai Hunter looks to go on the attack here, and now looks to the inside as Higgins once again, and Guy Cunnington off the track, and he's going to get swamped by the pack now, 3 wide, and look at that, Kai Hunter on the inside, Gilbert comes through as well, and Matthew Higgins gets spat out of the field as now Jamie Perilli gets through.
Incredible stuff there. Gus Lawrence clearing off at the front. Kai Hunter, it was just a case of mirror signal maneuver, avoid the incident, cut to the inside, and he was through. Lewis Gilbert, you can see Gilbert with the green and white Tony Kart nose cone. Obviously the Craft branding on his original nose cone was damaged at some point this weekend, and so he has had to revert to just a spare nose cone, which is not sort of graphic kitted up, as it were. There's the battle further back between James Lowther, Jamie Perilli,
one car off there,
and that was someone on the grass. That's Tom Adams in the red and yellow race suit, and he's being escorted slightly wide.
Oh, what a spin!
Oh, hang on. Who's gone?
It's on the start-finish straight, and I think, is that, it's the 94, is that Leon?
Oh, Leon Henderson. His parents watching from their holiday in Turkey, and sadly, Leon's Kartmasters dreams up in a cloud of smoke. Figuratively, not literally, he's still in the race, but he's now well down the order.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, 12 minutes plus 1 lap to go. We've already had a very dramatic opening lap, and well, what's happened over the course of that opening lap? Gus Lawrence took the lead, and now he's clear by a second.
Yes, everyone else squabbles behind. Here's number 40 kart of number 40 Tony Kart chassis. That is Morgan Porter, Jamie Perilli, sorry, in 6th position. And side by side, coming out of this Super Ted, Teddy Pritchard-Williams, the number 35 kart. And Teddy gets escorted onto the grass blocks by a recovering Guy Cunnington. So Kai Hunter, and look at Kai Hunter and Lewis Gilbert. Now they're beginning to close in on the race lead. They're closing in hand over fist.
They are indeed. That gap's already down to half a second now, not a second. So Gus Lawrence, he may have dominated in Senior X30, but he's well known for dominating in the world of Senior X30.
Yep.
Not in Rotax.
Nope.
That falls to this man in second place, Kai Hunter, and to Lewis Gilbert, both of them very experienced in class.
Both have been on the podium at the Rotax Grand Finals multiple times. Both are, no, Lewis Gilbert's a British champion, not in the modern era, I don't think, but he has always featured in and amongst the seeded drivers every single year. And I think Lewis has been on the podium twice at the Grand Finals. Once, he was fifth as a junior, and then in Bahrain, and where was he last year? Number 29 kart, he was second in 2021, second in 2022.
Look at this, he's latched right onto the back of him already. Kai Hunter is smelling a defending GP plate here. If he can find a gap past Gus Lawrence and drive away, because look at the waft he's got here.
And this is interesting because Kai Hunter and Gus Lawrence don't usually race against each other. So there's going to be a slight, like a feeling out process just to see, Gus is going to see, well, will Kai sit behind me or will he start going in on me? And if he does start going in and making passes, have I got the pace? And there goes Kai Hunter. Oh, wheel to wheel up the banking. Goes Gus Lawrence. Gus Lawrence checks over his shoulder. Oh, I would love to be a fly on the wall inside of Gus Lawrence's crash helmet. Penny for your thoughts, Gus.
There we go. Lewis Gilbert gets through as well and now moves up into P2 now. And, well, there you go. Gus Lawrence just adjusting the radiator there. He lifts it up, so he's cooling the engine down now. I think he may have had it down for a bit long there. Again, just showing that radiator now being lifted up. Less than 10 minutes to go in this one. Here's your top three. Hunter, Gilbert, Lawrence. Higgins is still there as well in P4. Don't rule him out. Same as James Lowther. Same as Guy Cunnington. Same as Jamie Perilli, Holbrook, Teddy Pritchard Williams and Morgan Porter still the top 10. Biggest mover, Ollie Goodyear. Privateer, P23, 12 positions gained.
Well, apart from Tristan Rennie, who has gone out on lap number 2, all 32 out of the 33 starters still running. Austin Lee is about to...
lost Austin
Oh,
Lee.
yes, I say that. Curse of the commentator. Enzo Dickenberg is 30th. Leading Privateer is Ollie Goodyear in 21st. So still Harry Freeman safe with third place in Minimax rather, for the £3,000 Vera Tool prize fund.
Well, keep a close eye on this one because, well, Gus Lawrence he's all over the back of Gilbert now. He's not going to let Gilbert get away. I think Gilbert very politely asking the Strawberry team potentially if he could borrow a front nose.
Or he could have just popped into the kart shop and bought, like, an OTK product.
Yes, he could have done that as well.
Yes.
That happened to have a Strawberry.
Although Lewis Gilbert did drive a towing kart.
He did, yeah.
Last year,
He did, yeah.
Now, we have got 8 minutes to go. Hunter leads Gilbert by 0.4 of a second, and he doesn't lead him by much. He doesn't lead Gilbert anymore because Gus Lawrence forces his way up the inside, and you can see him pointing right there. There's our target. We've got to work together and go for it. And Lewis Gilbert, I think, eventually sort of complies.
Yeah, somewhat complies, but Matthew Higgins I don't think is going to comply because he's latched right onto the back of them. This is the battle further back, though, in the field. Who do we have here? We've got Bradley Barrett in that fray as well. We've got Oakley Pryor, James Lingard, Jack Steadman as well in this fray. This is around 24th on the grid, back to the race lead. And now, crucially, Matthew Higgins has got past Lewis Gilbert.
Yes, indeed. Higgins back into P3. Hunter and Lawrence separated by the width of a ball of wool.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a very random unit of measurement there, Henry.
Yeah, it's a good one, though. Here we go. There's Pritchard Williams to the inside of Cunnington, and Teddy up into 7th position. There is the Dan Holland Racing number 5 kart, checking over his shoulder to see Lewis Gilbert, James Lowther, and the 47. Is that it? The last kart in that line.
Look at Porter here. Oh, no, that's
it's
James
46,
Lowther, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, Porter is
Porter is the 46, yeah.
Yes, is the XL Motorsport kart of
James Lowther.
James Lowther, which looks very similar to a KR Sport kart.
Yes.
This is the battle of the second place because Kai Hunter is all on his lonesome up the road.
He certainly is. And out of the bridge they go, down the hill. It's all quiet on the Western Front at the moment.
That's a good one.
I suspect that may change very, very soon, though, Henry, because
6 minutes to go. Give it time to ferment. Give it time to settle.
Oh, yes.
Breathe.
A fermenting kart race, ladies and gentlemen. How does that sound? That sounds, honestly, that sounds disgusting. But still, it's looking very good, though, for these drivers. Matthew Higgins, though, controlling this next group. Question is he closing that gap? It's 1.5 seconds. Look at the sector times. Let's have a look. Sector 1, it's about a little bit closer than. They're not matching the pace of Guy Cunter. Oh, indeed. Matthew Higgins there. Ladies and gentlemen, if your eyes can detect, that radiator is looking a little bit loose, Henry.
Now, one of the brackets is broken, keeping it in place. Now
that's not
that's not illegal.
No.
It's not ideal. It's not illegal. If some of those pipes disattach themselves, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Then it'll be a whole different set of problems with Matthew Higgins. Could be race over.
Right now, it's fine.
Well, it's not fine.
Well, it's not fine, but it's legal.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Manageable.
Manageable. The stewards won't do anything to him.
But he does have to stay off the curbs.
He does.
Because that could cost him time. Here's Lawrence and Gilbert. They are now going to start asking questions of Matthew Higgins.
They certainly are. And Higgins is going to be careful here because if he reaches down to go and do his radiator and then doesn't realise where it is and loses it, he might actually hit it further on.
Yes.
So
again, that's not an option for him now. You can't sort of like, drive one-handed around here at PFI while you sort out your radiator flap.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's Lowther picking up a position, passing Gilbert. Gilbert now beginning to slip down the order. So some karts were set up for the tyre press to be on straight away. Other other drivers, their tyre presses are set up, so they come on late in the race.
Yes, exactly that. But again, down in towards hairpin 2. And they're just scrapping amongst themselves there. Bit of contact, wheel smoke, can't start. There we go. Now it's kicking off here, isn't it? So Matthew Higgins with that issue right now, starting to break away, though, from this one. But it's all kicking off behind. Gilbert, Teddy Pritchard, Williams, Holbrook, Cunnington, Pirelli, Morgan Porter, all in that battle. There's Gus Lawrence going through. There is James Lowther leading that one. And it's all just very tense. There is Guy Cunnington, the number 3, who was up to second place at one point. He dives to the inside of George Holbrook.
Holbrook holds him off, though.
He does, holding off Holbrook.
Now the 29. Dominic Dalry. Lewis Gilbert catching James Lowther. And up at the front, Kai Hunter's lead. It was 1.4 seconds over Matthew Higgins. Lawrence is within 0.8 of a second now of the number 4 kart. But all quiet here. Hunter controlling things beautifully, I have to say. Now, Senior Rotax, the history of this event in Senior Rotax, drivers winning for multiple years in succession is not as rare as you would think in Rotax. I'm just going to grab the old history books out.
He's got this Bible out.
Well, I mean, Michael Simpson won the first 4 Senior Rotax titles. No one else has won it more than 1 year in a row. But yeah, Simpson, and then he won it in 2000 when the class made its debut, 2001, 2002 and 2003. Took a couple of years out, came back in 2000, and let's have a look, when did he come back? Simpson, he came back in 2007, won again. That's why he has 5 titles. Gilbert, looking for his first, takes over what is now 4th position.
Yeah, he's battling away there with Teddy Pritchard Williams and has held on to that position. And now James Lowther down behind both of them. So Lowther down into P6 now. Holbrook's got back past Guy Cunnington. That's for 7th place. But still, Higgins, I would say, is closing in on Hunter. Henry, gap 1.3.
It's not over yet. Here's the battle for 4th and 5th position, which isn't over yet either. Onto the banking, there goes Harry the Lion. We look to the inside, no.
Thinks against it. 1 minute to go. Time very quickly running out here, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, predictions are looking good for some of our viewers. Here's some Bullock Carter, though, receiving a 5-second time penalty. There was actually a black flag that went out earlier on for the number 72. That was Austin Lee. That's why we lost Austin Lee.
Ah, oh, and on the grass is the number 49 of George Holbrook. He somehow saves it. He falls to the back of this group, which is now led by Lewis. No, it's not led by Lewis Gilbert. Who's that? That is the MLC Motorsport car of Teddy Pritchard Williams. Then there's Gilbert. Across the line we go. It's, yes, Pritchard Williams, Gilbert, Lowther, Cunnington, Holbrook, Porter, Perilli, Lilly, Rillarts, Fernihow, Neil Clark, and Ben Folland. That's your top 15 of the remaining runners. Enzo Dickenberg update. Enzo is 28th. He's gained a couple more places.
Certainly has. Well, not long left in this race as the timer ticks down to 0 now. Last lap board will come out to Kai Hunter this time around. GP plate last year in the senior Rotax class. And right now, that gap is still 1.3 seconds from Matthew Higgins, who is nursing a broken radiator out on circuit. Gus Lawrence is still holding on to 3rd place. And this here, the 4th place battle down. It's 4th all the way to P11, and it's being backed up by Jack Lilly for Sam Pollard Racing in the number 30. And it's all kicking off here again as Gilbert's fighting to the outside row here. Slots back in. Cunnington goes to the inside as they go onto the bridge. There's your race leader, Kai Hunter. 1.2 seconds now, the gap. Higgins is closing, but I reckon Kai is just cruising this one back now.
Yes, for Kai Hunter, read Macaulay Bishop, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, he did the hard work at the start, had to sort of fend himself off. He showed defending as well earlier on, but he knew that he had to defend to avoid getting stuck behind anybody he was about to go quicker than.
Yeah, exactly that. Last few sections and corners here for Kai Hunter. GP plate last year. He now goes to the double here 2 times in a row, he says as he crosses the line. Senior Rotax, Kai Hunter, GP plate retained. What a drive. What a drive from Kai Hunter. Matthew Higgins will have to settle for P2 after starting this one on pole position. It's a Dan Holland Racing 1-2. He will be delighted with that one. Gus Lawrence tried his hardest to do the double, but unfortunately, he will have to only settle for a podium in the final for Senior Rotax. He takes 3rd place from Teddy Pritchard Williams, 4 positions gained from Lewis Gilbert, James Lowther from George Holbrook, Guy Cunnington, Morgan Porter, and Jamie Perilli rounding out the top 10. Biggest mover in that one, Leo Brown, Lachlan Robinson, Ollie Goodyear, but he will have to give a couple of those places back, unfortunately receiving a 5-second time penalty in that race. But for Kai Hunter, it is redemption once again.
Again, he missed out a couple of years on Kartmasters glory, but he has backed up last year's achievement in style. I think that the radiator coming loose didn't help Higgins' cause. That would have caused a slight distraction for a couple of laps. But, you know, all Kai Hunter needs to do is, all he needs is a couple of laps, and he is gone. Now let's have a look. No nose cone.
Yep.
Teddy Pritchard Williams. Top 4 finish for Teddy. That's Lewis Gilbert going through. He was 5th eventually. There's Teddy. Top 4 finish.
Oh, that's a clutch. That doesn't sound too healthy. There's your man.
Oh.
There you go.
Yes, he's been directed into the winner's area. Always interesting to see the reaction of the drivers. That is Kai Rillarts going over to congratulate Kai Hunter. Very sporting, excellent, good to see. You know, Rillarts driving for Strawberry Racing, their arch nemesis to Dan Holland Racing, but the drivers get on. Some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them,
not all of them, not all of them.
You know, variety is the spice of life, isn't it?
There's Matthew Higgins, just congratulating there, Gus Lawrence as well. There's your top 3, folks. And, well, DHR 1-2, PF International, number 3. Solid drive, and the GP plate gets held for a 2nd year in a row now in senior Rotax. Kai Hunter makes its way to Chris McCarthy. Chris, we'll head down to you on the grid.
Thank you, DJ. We're getting ready to welcome our senior Rotax GP play winner. What a fantastic drive. Looked like at one stage he wouldn't have even been able to contest for the win, but Kai Hunter fought back and he kept his GP plate. Superb performance and a great result for the Dan Holland Racing team. A 1-2 finish for them. Well done to 2nd place, Matthew Higgins. And finishing in 3rd place, won't quite be the double, but he gave it a good go. Gus Lawrence on the podium for the 2nd time today. Let's speak to Kai Hunter about that drive. Kai, it looks like at one stage you weren't even going to be in a position to fight for that, but you put in a really good drive there. A lot of consistent laps, and in the end, you won quite comfortably.
Yeah, that was interesting. Obviously, got shuffled back at the start from starting 2nd. Was right back compared to Gus. Gus got a lovely lead, so I had to nail down, get him, and then I think, yeah, because Lewis followed us through on Gus, and then I just got a lovely little gap after that, and I just had to be nice and consistent, but that was thrilling.
Yeah, talk us through when you were in that position of having to chase down a lead. How difficult was that, just trying to stay calm and consistent?
Yeah, I think at the earlier starts of the race, it's quite slippy. So Gus was like probably got to the front a bit too early. So yeah, when I caught him, it was lovely. The track was just nice. So when I went past him, I could just do what I wanted to, and and get that nice little gap.
And you mentioned about getting that lead as well, staying consistent when you're in that position with the pressure building and building. Not easy, but did enough to keep your GP play.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Keep it. So I have, and yeah, lovely.
Who would you like to thank?
Dan Holland Racing, Time Racing Engines, my mechanic Alfie, and everyone else, whoever's been there for us and who's supported us, thanks for everything.
Doing the double like that back to back is not easy at all, but you get to keep it, my friend. There is the GP plate for you. Please do face the crowd, a lot of support in there. Hold it up for us. Kai Hunter is the GP plate champion in 2023. Let's give some support. A superb drive from him, and a 1-2 for the Dan Holland Racing team as well. Matthew Higgins, well done on the 2nd place. It was a tough race at times, wasn't it?
Yeah, very difficult when people think it's acceptable to turn into whilst you're halfway alongside them, but it's what it is.
But got yourself in a position then to fight for 2nd. I know you had to fight for it at times, but overall, a great performance.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at my side pod. It shows what happens when people turn into you, but yeah, look where we are.
Well, a podium nevertheless. Who would you like to thank for it?
Obviously, all the boys at DHR shows what a mega job they do. My dad, of course, and all my family that here support me, as well as my sponsors and Aero Motorsport for the support.
It may not have happened today, but I'm sure you'll be back to do it next year. Let's go and hear well done to Matthew Higgins, P2 for him today. And let's speak to, for the 3rd time, I think it is today now, Gus Lawrence. 2 podiums. I know you would have wanted to get the W. Got that lead really quickly, but unfortunately didn't quite materialise for you from that.
No, with these 2 boys, their pace showed towards the end, so I had it in my head to get in the lead and try and control the race, but I got there and couldn't quite keep the thing stuck to the track. So that was my downfall in that race, I believe. But no, it was okay. That was our first attempt doing the Rotax Kartmasters, and I'm happy to finish 3rd, really. Like, get on the podium out of 72 or 50 drivers. It's not a bad effort, I don't think. So no, it's good. I'm glad we won the X30, and to get on the podium for this is a bonus. So
well, it's been a fantastic day. 2 trophies to take home. Who would you like to thank?
Again, Paul Fletcher, my mechanic, Pods, and Strawberry Racing for the engine this time.
Well done. Gus Lawrence, 3rd place for him. Congratulations to him. We'll let Gus walk down. He will be on the podium twice when it happens later. But we still have 1 more race to go. Before we do, let's reflect on that result up in commentary. Anthony, I mean, when we saw that lead materialise for Gus, I thought a lot of people, including yourselves, maybe thought that could have been race over. But that was superb from Kai to be so consistent and then get back into the lead.
Yeah, Chris, you certainly are right on that one. You know, we saw him do that earlier on with, you know, I would say Gus Lawrence just drive away from the rest of the field. We really thought that he was going to get that one again as that comes back into the commentary box. Yeah, really surprised about that one. But Kai Hunter, fully deserved getting away. Henry, go on. It's raining. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a sprinkling of rain. Next race is coming up. Chris, back to you.
Senior Rotax, nobody did the double this year. 17 drivers tried to do win two classes in one day. Nobody achieved it, but this next driver came pretty close. You've just seen him in Senior X30, finishing in P3 in Senior Rotax for the PF International team. Welcome back, Gus Lawrence. And have to say, in Senior Rotax, it was a clear case of Gus being the best of the rest. Our top two drivers quite simply dominated the entire weekend against a world-class field of over 50 other drivers. Between these next two drivers, they led and won every qualifying session, heat race, pre-final and the Grand Prix. A magnificent display, finishing in P2, representing Dan Holland Racing. It's Matthew Higgins. Can we just applaud Matthew on the fade, which is on point. There we go. Very good. Nice. But your winner, he successfully defends the GP plate that he won in 2022. He is now a double Grand Prix winner, representing Dan Holland Racing. It's Kai Hunter. Spot on. Dan Parker from Motorsport UK will present Kai with the GP plate, a Rotax short engine, £500 in cash, and a pair of Delta Racewear gloves. £450 for Matthew Higgins. That'll pay the fines that you incurred driving back from Le Mans last weekend, the speed cameras. There we go. And in third position, getting £300, Gus Lawrence. So once again, a big thank you to Jag Rotax for the support. Oh, my shoelaces undone. Have we got any more classes? We've got 2 more classes to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, your Senior Rotax Podium. Kartmasters 2023. That was generally your cue to applaud when I say your Senior Rotax Podium, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Yay.